YouTube, let me talk to you. It's All Pro Sports Talk, the home of sports talk. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Also, hit the like button. The Carolina Panthers had yet another amazing draft in my opinion, and they started this draft off strong. We're going to get straight into it. With the 6th pick in the first round, they selected Ikem Ekwonu, 6'4", 320-pound tackle. They desperately needed offensive linemen now. You can call me crazy, but I thought that they should have went quarterback in this position. But looking at what they did later on in the draft, which I'm going to get to in just a second, this turned out to be an amazing, great pick. It's one of the better picks in the first round. A lot of teams drafted well, but the Carolina Panthers got what they needed in the first round. You needed more blocking up front. You needed more interior and outerior offensive linemen. They went in free agency and they got Austin Corbett, a guard from the Los Angeles Rams. Then you re-signed Taylor Moton, and now you're pairing up Ikem Ekwonu. You still have Brady Christensen there, who can be a guard or a tackle. At this point, I think he's a backup. And they also drafted another offensive lineman in this draft class. But Ikem Ekwonu is a super athletic, twitchy offensive lineman for what he can do. He can be a great swing tackle, and I believe that he's already a good run blocker. The thing is with him, his pass blocking is really complete. He still has a high ceiling. That's the crazy thing about him. I don't believe that he's reached his potential yet. And I think the Carolina Panthers right now have one of the better offensive lines on paper. You compare it to last year to this year, it's crazy. And they also brought in veteran center Bradley Bosman from the Baltimore Ravens. So they're going to try to run the football a lot. And that's what Ikem Ekwonu was known for in college. Very good tackle, but he's mostly known for what he can do in the run game, going in that second level and cleaning heads off of those linebackers and safeties. The thing is with Ikem Ekwonu, like I said, they need to develop him a little bit more. He's very good now, but the ceiling that this kid has is crazy. I think it could be Tyron Smith level in his prime or better for how quick and smooth he is in the game. He doesn't get that many penalties, and he's a very smooth pass blocker, but he's just a nasty run blocker, and he's great and fundamentally sound. With the next pick in the draft, in the 3rd round, they selected Matt Corral with the 94th overall pick. This right here fills another need for the Carolina Panthers. He had 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, very quick release. The thing is with Matt Corral, he needs to process it in the field more. He reminds me a lot of Sam Darnold in that way, to where he doesn't realize certain coverages. Against cover 2 is what he struggled against, but he did very well against cover 3 and cover 4. Cover 2 in Tampa 2 gave this kid a lot of problems, especially when linebackers were able to blitz off the edge and you would do a wall stun up the middle. I don't see him starting at all. They're going to start Sam Darnold, but I do believe that this is going to be Matt Rule's last year if they don't make the playoffs. And you can have a guy like Matt Corral who could be the backup, or maybe he develops into being a starter for you. But getting Matt Corral, the 94th overall pick, was very good value and a very good depth piece. You didn't reach on the quarterback like Kenny Pickett or Malik Willis in the first round. I would have loved to see Kenny Pickett go, but knowing the circumstances that they are at now, they went with Ikem Ekwonu. Perfect pick there for 6. You come back in with the 94th pick, you trade up a couple of slots, and you get your guy Matt Corral, who is a good developmental piece at quarterback. He can obviously be quarterback 2 or 3 for you behind PJ Walker. I believe that he will be the 3rd quarterback on this team, and by week 8 or week 9, we will start to probably see some rumblings of him being able to play if Sam Darnold falls off the cliff. He's great at improvising. That's the thing. When he was in college, he was able to flip around and flip his hips and throw the ball all over the place. The only thing with him is the arm strength. The arm strength is not highly ideal. It's very good for NFL standards, but it's not Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert like, but it doesn't need to be. It's just the process in the field and the process in plays against cover 2 and cover 1 man. When he goes against bombshell blitzes, 0 blitzes, that is when he's at his worst. So you want to protect him the most in that pocket. Even though he's a good improviser, he does make mistakes, and he will make a lot of throws that make you shake your head or just make you scratch your head in those cases. But I do believe he will be a very good depth piece for the Carolina Panthers moving forward, and he could possibly be a franchise quarterback if developed correctly. The 120th pick, they went with Brandon Smith, 6'3", 250-pound linebacker out of Penn State. Very good developmental linebacker. You got 2 developmental pieces back to back, but I believe Brandon Smith needs to learn a lot more of what he can do in a linebacker. They put him on the edge a little bit. They had to play some middle linebacker. He's a big specimen. He's very athletic. You want to shred up just depth behind Shaq Thompson and those guys in that linebacking room, and getting a guy like Brandon Smith to be very good for that. I think Brandon Smith can come in. He can sit for a year or play some special team snaps for you. Get him into the special team movement because how fast he is. Let him get some hits on the kick return or a punt return. Let him be able to take the head off some guys. Learn how to tackle more and learn how to be more aggressive and learn how to build up that pass coverage ability. I believe Phil Snow can get this man right in the system. It's going to take some time. We're not going to see a return on investment just yet. The 189th pick, they went with Amari Barno, defensive lineman / linebacker. I love this move. You need a replacement for his son, Reddick. You look at him in his 11 games, 5.5 tackles for loss, okay, 3.5 sacks, and 10 quarterback hurries, the most on the team, 35 total tackles. Doesn't really seem like he's going to be a guy that's able to finish out his plays when he gets off the edge, but he's superbly fast coming off the edge. He's a very fast linebacker off the edge when it comes to blitzing situation. Like I said, you need a guy to come in and replace Hassan Reddick. He's not going to give you the double-digit stacks like Hassan Reddick. He's not powerful enough, but he is powerful enough to get some pressure and generate some pressure. The thing that he can do is cause some goal sacks, and what I say by that is he can come off the edge and make the quarterback be able to just force the ball and throw the ball away when he thinks he's about to get sacked, but he's not. He can get his hands on the quarterback. He's just not good at finishing. It's another piece that needs to be developed into just getting to that second gear. But the first step is very quick, very smooth, very good with his hands. He gets tossed around a lot by some tackles, but if you just put him in that situation to win and just get another linebacker on the side of them, things can be right. He would match up well with Byron Burns. Those two can be very good speedy edge rushers off the end, and Byron Burns is already one of the better pass rushers in the entire NFL. You have Derrick Brown up the middle in certain packages, so you have to be able to put Amari Barno in a situation for him to win. He can play some coverage, but that's not the best of his ability. Have him come off the edge and really do the same thing you're going to do with Brandon Smith. Make sure he develops and try to get his reps in as soon as possible, and you can see a return on investment. They went with Cade Mays with 199th overall pick, guard from Tennessee. I love this move. I had him being a 3rd round pick. I mocked him to every single Carolina Panthers team in my mock draft. So every single mock draft I had, I mocked him to the Carolina Panthers. He's a great run guard. He's not good in pass guard situations, but he can come in those goal line situations and knock some people over. He needs help in those passing situations. But Cade Mays, one of the better run guards in this entire draft class. You got him right there, sitting there. He fell into your lap. That's an A+ pick. I think the best pick for them was obviously Akeem Ekwonu, but if if one of those guards get hurt, you could put in Cade Mays, and Cade Mays has played some tackle as well from Tennessee, so versatility at the offensive line position, and we know the Carolina Panthers can never have too many offensive linemen. And last pick in the draft, they went with Kalon Burns, cornerback from Baylor, 242 overall pick. I think that Kalon Burns will just fill out the cornerback depth chart. He's going to be one of those guys at cornerback 3 or cornerback 4. Definitely has some talent to his game, has got a lot of pop to him, but he definitely needs to be able to develop. He's great in goal line situations, so I can see him being used in those situations. But as far as running deep and getting those shallow crosses and those dig and slant routes, he needs some help on that still. But the secondary for the Carolina Panthers is already good. The defense of the Carolina Panthers is already one of the better defenses in the entire NFL, but they had to go in and try to win on the offensive side of the ball, and let's build up the trenches and see what you have in Sam Darnold. Now, it's a very interesting situation. They drafted Matt Corral. They're not going to go with Baker Mayfield. They're not going to go trade for Baker Mayfield. I can see a situation to where Sam Darnold is not good by week 4 or week 5. He falls off the cliff. Matt Corral can come in and we'll see what he's made of. But I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Do you believe this is one of the best Carolina Panthers drafts that they've had in quite some time, dealing with the picks they had? They traded a lot of picks, traded 2nd round pick last year for Sam Darnold, and you traded a late pick for Stephon Gilmore. So given the picks they had, I believe they had an amazing draft. They filled their needs. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about this team moving forward. In my opinion, they're not a playoff team just yet. They still need to work out their gist and worked out some kinks with this team, but they'll be one of the fun teams to watch in the NFL. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, when each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Peace.